man, I tell YouTube, where you at? Wake up that left hook. That left hook. Oh my God. Look, Gennady Golovkin, he's gonna hit Canelo so hard, he's not gonna know what to do. That left hook. Man, I'm telling you, that is a beautiful left hook. Like, I'd take a picture, frame it, hang it up in the living room next to the kids. I mean, that the left hook. Oh man, look, I'm telling. I think Gennady Golovkin will hit Canelo so hard, his unborn children will feel it. I'm telling you, he's going to hit him so hard that the Ajax won't take it off. Ajax won't take it off, that left hook. Damn. All right, I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. I'm having a freaking heart attack. I'm too young to have a heart attack. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm too young to have a heart attack. Man, Gennady Golovkin's looking good. Looking good. Looking GGGOOD good. I'm telling you. Man, that left hook. Woo! Shit. That left hook. Look, there's nobody in the business that's got a left hook like Gennady Golovkin. I mean, just pow, pow, this left hook. I mean, it made me quench when he was hitting the pillow. Boom! Ooh, made my ribs hurt. Like, how is Canelo gonna hold up to that left hook? It's not gonna happen. How's it gonna happen? I don't know. Look, I had a little debate in the comment section the other day, and I was telling somebody, I was like, look, the left hook. I mean, well, there are boxers. Now, look, let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. I've learned my lesson. There are boxers out there who definitely has a good left hook, but I've never seen anyone throw a left hook. Maybe actually Miguel Cotto. There you go. Miguel Cotto throws a left hook, but not as hard, but like Gennady Golovkin. But anyway, let me get into it. I got a lot to cover. Look, the open media workout today was it was good. It was good. I liked because it wasn't your traditional, they're in like a dark gym and you've got the media all around them and you can't even like see what's going on because everybody's like, trampling over each other. I liked it. It kind of reminded me of, maybe, I don't know, maybe back like a Muhammad Ali or really even an Oscar De La Hoya kind of open media workout. But Golovkin, he was looking really, really good. Here, let me get to some decent pictures. But and what I liked, okay, let me tell you what I noticed. Other than, I mean, look, the punches, they were tight. I mean, great footwork. Okay, the balance. I mean, perfect balance. Fundamentally sound. Cutting the ring off, his timing, the distance, the range. I mean, everything was there. And I mean, it's just like every punch. I mean, every punch he threw with either hand, in both hands, had knockout written all. Like, look, Canelo, I got something for you, left or right. Which one do you want? How do you want to go down? By the left or by the right? Isn't that what we just heard? And really, those were. I mean, you could hear it just the thud, the boom, the boom. You know what I mean? Damn, I'm telling you. Look, I'm excited about this fight. Can't wait. But although, look, Abel Sanchez, he was there complaining about the heat. He forgot that he was mic'd up. They had a mic on him, and he was like complaining about the heat. So, you know. And it's really not typical for these guys to be out in 100-degree heat training. But look, Gennady Golovkin opened up. He did a little jump rope for like an hour, not an hour, like a minute. I mean, for the whole hour of the show. Like the first minute, 2 minutes was him jump roping, which he never gassed. Never was. He didn't breathe through his mouth, which I liked that. He looked like he had good stamina. To where I noticed Canelo was He really did. He was looking flat-footed. And another thing I liked about Gennady Golovkin was he was like, look, excuse me. There's different ways to get around a ring. You've seen it. You've seen like a Pacquiao where he'll kind of bounce like a rabbit, doing, 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 all around the ring, right? Or like a Loma where he's just like, he'll just like evaporate and he'll appear here and appear over there. You know what I mean? But what I've noticed about Golovkin now, especially in this camp, is the footwork. I mean, he's got that pep in his step. He's up on his toes, bouncing around. It's like he's light, light, very light on his feet, to where Canelo, he looked heavy to me. He really did. It was more of a kind of that crab walk, that low center of gravity, low down walk, kind of like walk from A to B, you know what I mean? Instead of just kind of bounce from A to B. So I like that in Golovkin, which I've never really seen that before. I mean, typically, Golovkin, he basically walks in the boxing ring. He'll just kind of step forward. He'll, I mean, I don't want to call it walking, but he'll kind of pivot like a basketball player would do, just, on his toe, pivot one way or the other. But, had a lot of pep in his step, so that was good. But But yeah, I mean, I was so impressed by that left hook right here. I mean, I couldn't even catch a good pitch. It was, look, it was quick, sharp, powerful. I mean, and really, Abel Sanchez, he couldn't take much of it. He's just like, he said 1 minute and we're done. I mean, because he was having a hard time holding the pillow. I mean, just crazy power. Like, how is Canelo going to handle that power? Like, that is my question. Like, I, you know, but look. But look, I mean, I've learned in boxing, expect the unexpected because, every time we think that something happens, something happens. But yeah, I mean, like like I said, it looks like he's kind of changed up his whole boxing style, and I like that. I like, even Abel Sanchez said, he's like, look, we're going to have a different camp. Man, these pictures are blurry as hell. Sorry, I can't really help it. But and it looks like they did. Like I said, it looks like he's I don't know, maybe coming in a little bit lighter, as to where Canelo is going to be heavy. But then they talked about, like I told you guys about the sparring. Everyone said it was not important. It doesn't mean anything. Well, that's what they talked about today. Like 10 minutes of the broadcast, they talked about the sparring back in 2011, 2012, whatever it was, 2011, and they were talking about how this was Canelo was getting ready, or he had just fought Hatton, I believe, for the WBC, or he was about to fight Hatton, so he wanted to come in and get the sparring in, go up to Big Bear. You got the low oxygen, the high altitude, whatever, and so Canelo wanted to go up there and check it out, and basically Doug Fisher, he was talking. He said, I wasn't really impressed with Canelo. He was like, he had a lot of heart, whatever, but he's like, Golovkin could have just taken him out at any point, any time. So I don't think much has changed. Now, I don't know. I mean, look, to me, I keep asking myself, why did Canelo take the fight? I mean, obviously he ducked him for 2 years, and they talked about it during the press event today. He ducked him for 2 years. Why now? I mean, why now when, to me, I mean, look, the question, did Gennady Golovkin get old overnight? After what I saw today, no. I mean, there's no way. But then again, like I said, you never know in boxing. I mean, maybe he just put on a good show today, a good showing, and he's really not all that in shape. I don't know. But like I said, what I noticed out of Canelo was he was very flat-footed, real quick, real flashy, but Canelo was hitting the mitts. Now, something you guys gotta realize about mitt work, okay? The mitt man was doing most of the work. In other words, Canelo was throwing like these little 2 and 3 inch punches, like pop, 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 pop. But the mitt man was, popping the glove, right? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm sure I don't know if you guys ever hit mitts, but you can basically have the guy holding the mitts do all the work, and that's kind of what I saw. And of course, the crowd is oohing and on, ooh and oh, wow, oh, so that kind of thing. But you know to me, look, I knew what was going on. The mitt man was doing all the work. Now Canelo did. He looked fast, okay. He looked quick. He did, but he also was breathing heavy, and and like I said, Golovkin opened up jump. He's doing a jump rope, jump roping for like a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Then he went into shadow boxing and hit the mitts, hit the pillow, a little bit more shadow boxing, and then when it was all done, he gets back up, goes back out to the middle of the ring, and he's shadow boxing, jumping around, waving. I mean, he looked great. Just looked incredible. And it's like 100 degrees out there. So like I said, Canelo breathing out of his mouth. He taking breaks, drinking water. Looked really heavy, really bloated. So my impression was, and look, it's not because I'm a Gennady Golovkin fan, but he really did. He looked a lot better than Canelo, and I think anyone that watches it and they're being honest, they would agree with that. He just did. He looked a lot better than Canelo. Another thing, Julian Rock, J Rock. Okay, now you guys know J Rock, right? Fought Charlo. He is currently Gennady Golovkin's sparring partner, which that's, wow. J Rock, hey, now obviously he's a little bit smaller, but they said they're getting a lot of good work in out of J Rock. So that's something very new that I don't think anyone has heard about or even knows about. So, but yeah, like I said, the footwork, the balance, closing the distance, cutting off the ring, everything was on point. Now, I noticed a little bit of pudge, okay, a little bit of a overlap in the belly region, but I think they're going to get that worked out. Another thing, another detail that I didn't really know was Gennady Golovkin Okay, he's already fought in 7 countries in 22 cities, and it'll be the first time in Vegas. Now, when I heard that, immediately in my head, it's like ding, 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 judges. I'm like, man, this is like literally his very first time to fight in Las Vegas. So I'm like thinking in my mind, like, oh, okay, well, better not go to the judges because if it does, and that's a wrap. It's all over. There's my boy tattoo right there. He's a actually I have his number. He's I need to hit him up, but he's the like the hype man for a Golden Boy promotion. But yeah, he looked good. He looked great. It was hard to get a good picture because it was so bright out there that you just couldn't get a good picture. Now here's Abel Sanchez, basically, saying, hey, the Gennady. Well, I'll tell. Oh, damn! How could I forget on my YouTube? How could I forget? Remember, I even put out a video talking about. I said, "Look, Gennady Golovkin, his demeanor has changed. Now today he was kind of back in his old, old form. Acting like the old Gennady Golovkin. But remember, I told you guys. I said he's got that fire in his eyes. He looks hungry like that, like that. Looks like like a caged animal. Remember, I told you." And Abel Sanchez, he said, yes, his whole demeanor has changed because now, he's got the fight. He doesn't have to carry opponents. He doesn't have to put on an act. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just got to train, prepare, and get ready for the fight. So, again, we got it right. Now I say we because a lot of us came up with that conclusion that Golovkin has changed. I mean, his demeanor, it's like he's going into to that warrior mentality, that fight mode, right? So, it looks like we were on point with that. Now, the only red flag I saw with Golovkin, like I said, the midsection, I noticed like just a little bit of a roll, right around the belt line, okay, where he had his trunks on. I noticed like it was kind of like there was just a little bit of pudge kind of hanging over. But then again, I also noticed it on Canelo, so it could just be the way they're built. I don't know. But he looked great. I mean, to be, what are we now? What, 3 weeks out? He looks incredible. And what I was like really impressed with though was the stamina. He was just light on his feet and the power, that left hook. I'm telling you, that left hook. I was like, good Lord, that left hook. I mean, you could knock a mountain over with that. But what's cool, look right here, Oscar De La Hoya. So like, yeah, they're at the Staples Center there. And but it was neat to see him like outdoor, in an outdoor ring training, because like I said, usually it's some dimly lit gym where you can't get a good shot. It's just that kind of thing. So pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. It was good to see, really interesting. Here, let me see. I might have a few more pictures. I don't know. They're just blurry. Oh, right here during an interview, they were asking Golovkin, about how he would want to win, and he's talking about a knockout. Look, I think he knows. I think he knows there will be a little bit of hometown cooking in Vegas. Like he cannot let it go to the judges. And look, even Abel Sanchez said, remember, if it goes to the judges, it's our fault. Basically, Gennady Golovkin's got to knock him out or dominate completely. Dominate one or the other. Anyway, guys, leave your comment below. What do you think?